make some delicious steakhouse style bread. Look how light and fluffy. All right, let's get to cooking it, you guys. Here's what we're going to need: 2½ cups of warm water, 1/4 cup of cooking oil, a 1/2 cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of molasses, 3½ cups of wheat flour, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1 packet of yeast, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 to 3 cups of bread flour, a little bit of oats just to top our bread. So let's get this started, you guys. Into our stand mixer, we're going to add our 2½ cups of warm water, in a 1/4 cup of cooking oil, add in our 1/2 cup of honey. Going to add in our molasses, a little bit of a mix. Now that's blended together, we're going to add in our wheat flour, and now we're going to give it a little mix. Now we're going to add in our yeast, cocoa powder, and our salt. We're going to let that mix. Don't forget to scrape the sides of your bowl to make sure everything gets blended together. Once all this has thoroughly mixed together, we're going to set our timer for 10 minutes. We're going to let that yeast proof. And our timer's gone off. Now we can go on to the next step. Now we're going to add our bread flour in 1 cup at a time. Let it mix until it clears the sides of the bowl. Don't forget to scrape the sides of your bowl to make sure all that flour stays in there and gets all mixed up. And that is the consistency that we want. Now that we have this covered in plastic wrap, we're going to also cover it with a towel. We're just going to let it set for about an hour. Hopefully it's going to double in size. All right, my dears, it has been an hour. Let's check on our bread. Ooh. And I want you to see just how much this bread has risen. Oh, look at that. It's coming out the top of the bowl, which is what we want it to be, nice and thick and fluffy like that. All right, we're going to add about 1 cup of bread flour out onto our table. We're going to turn this dough out. How fluffy and light that looks. You know this is going to be so good. Now we're going to sprinkle the top of it with some more bread flour. We are going to kind of work it together and make sure it is all mixed up and it's not quite as wet. We don't want to punch it. We don't want to get out too much of that air. We just want it to kind of work together. If it needs a little bit more flour, we want to have it. And we're just going to knead it together just a little bit. We're going to knead this for maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Now that we've got our bread all kneaded, we're going to cut it in half. I'm going to put each half into a baking pan that has been greased. And in fact, it's got a couple of tablespoons of oil in it. And our pan, just shape it that way so that it fits into our pan. Ta-da! Now I'm going to spray the tops of these with a little bit of cooking oil. And then I have about a tablespoon of quick cook oats. I'm just going to put right on top of this. It's going to add a little bit of crunch to our bread. It's going to make it yummy. We are going to cover this again with plastic and a towel. We're going to let it rise for another hour. All right, let's check on our bread. It's been an hour. Doesn't that look good? We're going to preheat our oven to 350. We are going to get our bread in the oven. We want to let it cook for about 30 minutes. Oh, look how nice that looks. All right, let's get it in the oven, you guys. We just pulled our bread out of the oven. Look how good that looks. Can you smell it? I love the smell of fresh bread. Oh, it looks so good. We're going to let it cool for just a few minutes. And then we can get ready to slice it up and have it with some honey butter.